Google says reports of a major Gmail security issue are entirely false. Chinese social media platforms have started rolling out labels for AI generated material. And Escape from Tarkov is finally coming to Steam soon ish. It's Tuesday, September 2nd, and here's a quick look at tech in the news this morning from Engadget. Google is officially debunking a series of reports that claimed Gmail has been hit with a major security issue in recent days. The company said in a somewhat unusual statement, "We want to reassure our users that Gmail's protections are strong and effective." Several inaccurate claims surfaced recently that incorrectly stated that we issued a broad warning to all Gmail users about a major Gmail security issue. This is entirely false. Now, Google doesn't detail the erroneous claims in its post, but as Forbes pointed out, it seems to be referring to several recent reports that stated the company issued an emergency warning to all of its 2.5 billion users in response to a phishing attack that targeted a Salesforce instance used by the company. That incident, however, was first reported by Google in early June, and the company said in an August 8th update that it had finished notifying everyone affected. It's not clear why that report resurfaced now, or how it was misconstrued into a supposed warning impacting all Gmail users, but Google is now trying to set the record straight. The company said, "While it's always the case that phishers are looking for ways to infiltrate inboxes, our protections continue to block more than 99.9% of phishing and malware attempts from reaching users. It's crucial that conversation in this space is accurate and factual." Google also noted that it encourages all users to set up a secure password alternative, such as a passkey, for maximum protection. Major social media platforms in China have started rolling out labels for AI-generated content to comply with a law that took effect on Monday. Users of the likes of WeChat, Douyin, Weibo, and RedNote are now seeing such labels on posts. These denote the use of generative AI in text, images, audio, video, and other types of material. That's according to the South China Morning Post. Identifiers such as watermarks have to be included in metadata too. WeChat has told users they must proactively apply labels to their AI-generated content. They're also prohibited from removing, tampering with, or hiding any AI labels that WeChat applies itself, or to use AI to produce or spread false information, infringing content, or any illegal activities. ByteDance's Douyin, the Chinese version of TikTok, similarly urged users to apply a label to every post of theirs that includes AI-generated material, while noting it is able to use metadata to detect where a piece of content came from. Weibo, meanwhile, has added the option for users to report unlabeled AI content when they see something that should have such a label. 4 agencies drafted the law, which was issued earlier this year, including the main internet regulator, the Cyberspace Administration of China, the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology, the Ministry of Public Security, and the National Radio and Television Administration also helped put together the legislation, which is being enforced to help oversee the tidal wave of Gen AI content. In April, the CAC started a 3-month campaign to regulate AI apps and services. Mandatory labels for AI content could help folks better understand when they're seeing AI slop and or misinformation instead of something authentic. Some U.S. companies that provide Gen AI tools offer similar labels and are starting to bake such identifiers into its hardware. Google's Pixel 10 devices are the first phones that implement C2PA content credentials right inside the camera app. Following news that Escape from Tarkov is escaping its perpetual beta, the pioneering extraction shooter is also about to make its debut on Steam. Nikita Buyanov, head of the Battlestate Games studio that developed Escape from Tarkov, confirmed on social media that the game's Steam page will be available soon, only teasing that the full details will come later. Bulyanov's confirmation comes less than a day after the developer posted a GIF on X of a man spraying steam from an iron. Earlier this month, Bulyanov revealed on X that the Looter Shooter will get its 1.0 release on November 15th, more than 8 years after the beta opened up to players in July of 2017, and that the studio has plans to port it to consoles. The Steam page for Escape from Tarkov is not live yet, and with only vague details to go off of, longtime fans already have burning questions. Most importantly, existing players are eager to know if they will have to buy the game again on Steam and how this change will affect the ongoing cheating problem. While there are no answers to those questions yet, Battlestate Games recently went into damage control mode when it revealed the Unheard edition of the game costs $250 and includes a new PvE mode. Now, this move irked long-standing players who previously purchased another premium edition of the game called Edge of Darkness, which promised access to all future DLCs. The controversy boiled down to owners of the Edge of Darkness edition claiming they should have access to the new content, but the studio argued that it isn't classified as DLC. In the end, Bulyanov apologized for the debacle and promised the PvE mode would be available for anyone who purchased the Edge of Darkness package. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and more tech news at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Carissa Bell, Chris Holt, and Jackson Chen, and was voiced and produced from the sound studios of Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow morning with more tech news from Engadget.